He sold out venues across the States, and now we can catch him this side of the Atlantic. You're on tour here with a show called Jew.
Yeah.
J-E-W, so tell us why.
Well, that's how it's spelled. That's
Well, because
why
in this country, Jew could be spelled D-U-E. So I just want,
Oh, yeah.
I know you would say do, but that would be Jew, wouldn't it? So anyway, why Jew?
I was raised as an Orthodox Jew, and I finally got out of there. I was in seminary in Jerusalem for a few years after high school, and this is just me tackling, in a funny way, that upbringing.
Right.
Trying to mock all of it, I guess.
And I know you've sold out here, so when I say well, you can all get to see him, you probably can't now.
You cannot go see me. Sorry about that.
No seats left. But being raised as an Orthodox Jew is, I guess, unusual and interesting. So tell us about that.
It's just restrictive. You can't eat almost anything. Nothing pig product. No bacon rolls. No sausage rolls. Yeah, it's a horrible life, you guys. I would not wish it on anybody.
And is there a conversion moment where you become one through choice, or is you just brought up as one?
You just brought up as one. Actually, Jews are anti-trying to proselytization.
Right.
If you say, like, I want to become a Jew, they're like, it's awful, man. You don't want any part of this. Yeah, they really try to talk
So
you out
there's
of it.
no evangelism.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there a moment then you break out of it?
Yeah, eventually I realized I didn't believe in God. And then I was like, I should stop doing this and start eating pepperoni pizza.
But you're still Jewish even though you don't believe in God, right?
Racially Jewish.
Right. So tell us about how that works. So you never really properly leave.
Yeah, I mean, there's still, the foods we were brought up on and not the music. Nobody listens to Jewish music. Movies, I guess every movie is a
There's
Jewish
some
movie.
observance still, the Sabbath?
No, none of that. When I go home, I put on a yarmulke, a little frisbee, just to honor my father. But yeah, we don't do any of that stuff. But racially, we have a look. We're so inbred over the last 5,000 years. I know I'm towing the line here, but we've only had sex with ourselves for about 5,000 years. So we have a look that is Jewish, that you can pick a Jew out of a crowd. You can't pick a Catholic out of a crowd.
And if you say to your parents, look, I'm obviously I remain Jewish ethnically, but the religion bit is not for me anymore, partly in brackets because I don't believe in God and that's a bit inconvenient. Were they very upset or did they say that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like, whatever, bro.
Oh, right, they can't just say, oh, fine.
My dad said, even a dog believes in God, you must be lower than a dog. And I was like, what research are you quoting?
That's a brilliant line, though. Even a dog believes in God.
Yeah.
It may well be true.
Yeah, he's cool with it now, but it took a while.
So, and his reason for being angry was, this is not your choice, or it's the wrong choice?
Standard. You want your kids being exactly like you, I think. I don't know enough children, but I don't know. If I'm trying to think of a correlate, like if your kids wanted to be communist or something. Nah, that's not even the right comparison.
Well, I guess parents do expect to hand down values, don't they, Louise?
Yeah, although the point, I think the point of sort of having kids is, they have interests that are not yours and you don't quite understand where they came from, but that's it. I mean, but then I find it extraordinary you laugh at what your dad said. That can't have been laughing at the time. I know you're a comedian, but that must have been pretty painful.
No, at the time it was hard, but with time, you get distance.
Is that a line in the show? Even a dog believes in God?
Yeah, sometimes I say that. Yeah.
and is your comedy?
That should be the name of the special.
It should actually. It's a great line.
Yeah.
Does your comedy have a message, or is it just laughter?
The message is you should be laughing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I mean, I'll have a theme, but too much of UK comedy gets caught up in message, and they've dropped laughter in order to get there. Which I'm fine with message, but keep laughing.
Yeah, I'm so glad to hear you say it, because I went to see a comedian, quite a famous one, a few years back at the Edinburgh Fringe, and there wasn't a single joke.
Oh.
He was telling me to, vote this way or vote that way, and how out. Have you ever had that experience?
I just find it's funny, isn't it? Because you go because you want to laugh, you want to be entertained. If you want to be politically informed, you're going to read a newspaper maybe, or look online. I know exactly what you mean. And actually, I think some of the earlier sort of comedians who were joke tellers, they had no political message. I still don't know what way they voted. They just told joke after joke, and it was very, very funny.
Yeah, you laugh.
Exactly, and comedy's changed. I think much more it's about storytelling now, which I really love as a storyteller. But yeah, political message, I don't think it's always necessary, is it?
Yeah, and if you have a political message, I understand if you want to tackle it, but be funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't stop in the middle of a book and then just have a download where they get to hear you talk.
I do sometimes. Yeah, I do.
Okay, well,
I do.
I stand corrected.
But of course, in the States, you've got a slight problem, which is that arguably Trump is running a kind of comedy show.
Mouth say Trump?
Yeah. So how do you actually make jokes about that?
It's tough because
He is entertaining in his own way.
he beats you to the punchline. Where you're it's the only jokes are guys, I'm not making this up. And then it's like, oh yeah, you haven't even done anything.
But don't your international audiences, you tour around the world, want to hear jokes about Trump, though?
Yeah, sometimes. God, he's so depressing though.
Can
It's so
you-
hard
can
to
you-
get
All right,
humor
a
out of
different
it.
way of putting it is, can you do the whole show and not mention him?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because it has nothing to do with my Jewish upbringing.
Yeah. But there's...
My show a couple years ago at Edinburgh, I'd mention Trump sometimes. But I was just mentioning in comparison to Brexit.
The
I'm like, you
criticism
guys have
of-
your own problems.
Oh, yeah, God, I tell you what.
Don't judge us.
Hang on a minute.
Thanks
Hang on
for
a
that.
minute.
Yeah,
Got a
thanks for
swear
that.
box.
Is that money there?
Yeah.
We
You
have
pay
a
a
swear
fine.
box.
Yeah.
You've got to
Brexit.
Oh, really?
Said
Yeah.
Because we're
Brexit.
trying to avoid mentioning Brexit.
Oh yeah, good luck. Never talking about it. See what
That's
happens.
quite a generous
If you just ignore it, it'll go away, right?
I think if you mention Brexit as an
Sorry.
American, you'd probably get quite an interesting response, wouldn't you? The audience would go, oh, go on, give us your take.
Half of us don't even understand it.
Half
Like,
of us here don't understand it, mate. Let me tell you.
Half?
Yeah, more than half, actually.
Yeah, I mean, most of us thought. Honestly, most of us didn't think the UK was part of Europe to begin with.
Okay, right.
I mean, and that's how
That's
you
a
get a
good
Trump
start.
is because like, oh, I don't understand
But there's a
anything.
very famous headline from the 1920s, which was on the streets of London saying, "Storm in Channel, continent cut off." And that is the idea that the only problem with the storm is that Europe can't get here, not that we've got a problem. And that does sort of sum up the slightly British thing, doesn't it? That,
Island mentality.
Oh yeah, you
Yes,
guys are
there we
District
go.
We do
1.
have an
So
island
you didn't
mentality.
think we were in the EU?
I'd know, but
But
most
others-
because
okay.
because I'm a Jewish, I was educated, so
Right. Gosh,
so
this
of
is
course I know.
Never underestimate, and sorry to damn your country,
It's all right.
but I've travelled and worked in America quite extensively. Never underestimate America's lack of knowledge of the outside world.
Oh, it can surprise you.
So I was visiting some friends at an American university, and they were reading finance. Okay, now London is what, the first biggest financial financial city in the world. And they said, "Where'd you come from?" "London." "That's in Europe somewhere." I'm like, "Yes, it is."
It's like you're not wrong, but you are stupid.
Okay.
say that.
All right. Do stay with us, Americans, if you're watching.
Sorry.
I just want to say, last time I went to America, an American did tell me I spoke really good English for a Scot, which was the best compliment I had while I was out there.